Hi there, it's Lisa Wilson with the Raw Food Institute. Listen, we just locally did a show at the Simsbury Inn and we decided to make it really fun and do 6 TED-style talks. We literally brought in 6 experts from right here in the Valley. We banged them out. They were 25 minutes or less and they are packed. I asked all of these local experts to pack this with local information. So you're going to get local experts on GMOs, you're going to get organic farming, you're going to get children's health, you're going to get local accomplished authors, you're going to get motivational speakers. It's an amazing series. We have such rich talent here in the Valley. It's kind of mind-numbing to be able to live here and to be friends with some of these people. So I'm sorry you missed it. If you didn't make our event, there were I think 80 people there. It was standing room only. We had a fantastic event. And we would love to see you at one of our future events. But until then, you can catch all of that, the whole series, right here on Simsbury TV. I hope to see you next time.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm so glad I get to go now. Can I tell you why? So everyone this morning set the foundation for what I want to talk about, which is how to create your ideal life. So we talked about a little bit of food. We're going to talk a little bit about food. We talked a little bit about mindset. We're going to talk about mindset. I'm going to talk about some other things that are really going to support you. So we had some really important things that had to be shared this morning, right? It's important that we know. It's really important to see the landscape of what's out there. But as I'm going to share with you, you can create anything you want in this life. Anything at all. So what I want to do is give you some very real solutions that you can integrate into your everyday so that when you leave here today and you're all fired up and you're going to find Elaine and you're going to go meet John, you're going to have coffee with her and John, our representatives, and you're going to take what you learned at the Raw Food Institute and you're going to take that out into the world. These are some solutions that you can have in your back pocket as your toolbox to really give you the life that you're looking for. You can have anything. What is it that you want to have? A little bit about me. We just went through this. So I feel fortunate to be an integrative, holistic health and life coach. So it's health coach, life coach, mash them all together. I do have the honor of working with a lot of folks in corporate America. And so the good news is they have an enlightened time that they're going through now. And they really are interested in and not only working smarter and working more efficiently, but working more consciously and really integrating love, believe it or not, into the workplace and really have it be a much more quality experience for themselves too. People are really sick and tired of being run down and sick and tired. So good news on all fronts. I get to do a lot of public speaking, which I love. I've been able to create some really fun things on the side, Once and For All Weight Loss program, the Best You Retreat, and a program with Sarah. Where's Sarah? Looking for Sarah. Here she is, my partner in Wise and Well. So Sarah and I are extremely passionate, as Lisa is, about really helping kids create their most powerful lives. So they're going to have some challenges, no doubt. We already saw what those challenges are going to be. But what we love is we've created a program for colleges and universities where we can really empower these teens and these young adults to really go into the world with a purpose and a passion for what it is. And they take their own talent and emotional intelligence and all of these foundational skills that some of you learned this week and just step out into the world doing exactly what they want. So I don't have to see them when they're in their 50s and 60s and they're burnt out and they're miserable in their career. They'll actually start their career doing something that they powerfully love. I am a mom, and I saw that my guys just walked in with their new haircuts. Looking good, guys. Just what Matthew loves, not so much, and my husband too. So I'm a wife too. There's my darling. Who makes this all possible. He's tremendously supportive. I have a local practice, and I do have some online programs, and I have some group programs. My specialty really is helping people create epic success. I love the word epic. It's my favorite 4-letter word because we can have mediocre, right? Do we have mediocre sometimes? And it's what? It's that other 4-letter word begins with an F. It's fine, right? It's just fine. But what if you could have everything? What if you could have the most energy that you wanted to have? What if you could have the career you've always dreamed about? What if you could travel the world? What if you could have all of that? That's epic. And so I want to share all of this with you today. So my promise to you is that you will walk away with real solutions. And if you do not feel that in these 20 minutes, or however long I have left, that you do not have real solutions, I've got another solution for you. Okay. So let's just get into this. And many of you, my guess is, if you're here, you probably already know some of this, is that Your mindset is creating every single solitary thing in your life. So the good news is you have your mind wherever you go, right? You don't even have to pack it. You don't have to plan to pack it. It's with you. And it's your most powerful tool. So some of this will seem really, really new to you, and hopefully some of it won't seem so new. So we're going to talk about the mindset. It is what's creating everything. Here's where we're going to start. Everything is energy. Your energy. Your energy, I'm energy. This clicker is energy, which actually works. Usually these don't work with me because I have too much energy. Somehow I fritz the system. This projector, this slide, everything is energy. And so what happens is the energy that you're in is the energy that you create. So I want you to put that in the back of your mind, or maybe in the front, maybe midway. We'll keep it midway in your mind. And just know that that is at the foundation of everything that's happening in your life. And what's so powerful for the people that were here at the Raw Food Institute this week, you learned all about energy, didn't you? You learned about enzymes and just how very powerful the energy that you're living in with the food that you're eating creates the body that you're in. So you know that as a foundation. And now what I'm here to share with you is that the energy of what you think about and what you believe is creating the rest of it. So it all comes together so beautifully, or at least I think it does. Okay, here's where we start. If you are living an okay life and you're living a fine life, that's fine. Good for you, and that's probably good. But if you want an epic life that we talked about before, I invite you to create a very powerful vision for the life that you want to have. If you want to work 4 days a week and have 5 days, that fifth day off to play golf or go swimming or go to the beach or work in your garden or go volunteer at Hall Farm to support Darren, then you need to build that into your vision. If you want to travel to Greece, which is the next spot that I'd like to go to for my family who's listening, if you want to go to Greece, put that into your vision. So think about it. Energy is what you focus on. So if you're not focusing on the things that you want, you won't have them. You won't have them. If Lisa didn't think about starting the Raw Food Institute, none of us would be here. So if you have a thought, build it into your life, build it into your powerful vision. Choose to use your energy for good, not evil. I'll explain that in a second. Realize that that the energy of how you feel creates everything in your life. So when I say use it for good, not evil, so if you have energy and you want to create something, you have a choice. You can either create what you want, same energy, right? Or you could go this way and create more of what you don't want. We're going to talk about this in a second. We have normalized suffering. We have normalized pain and discomfort in our body, and we have normalized hanging around in stagnant relationships or stagnant jobs that are leaving us dead on the vine every day. And you don't need to do that. It's all just energy, and you get to create whatever you want. So step on that path of creating what you want by creating a vision first. Okay. Choose to build the skills to feel and exist in the present energy of what you want. Here's what happens a lot, and by nodding of the heads or show of the hands, who worries about the future? Any two-handers up there? Okay. Okay, I, like Lisa, used to worry about everything under the sun. I was just terrified of sickness and illness and chaos and money and all that. It's not that I don't ever think about those things, I do. But I've been able to train myself to be in the present moment energy. Because can you change the future in the future? No, you can't. How about when we're beating ourselves up for things that we didn't do for our body in the past because we didn't know, or decisions that we made because we didn't know? You can't change it. And if you could, wouldn't we have changed some pretty significant things in the history of our world, in the history of mankind? We would have done it. We can't. So the energy that you have in this second is the most powerful energy that you have. Do you see where this is going? So you have your vision. You're really learning the skill to be in this present moment energy so you can harvest everything you have available to you and get it out into the world. This present moment energy that you are in is the most powerful way to change your life. We're not taught these skills. Every single person that I've worked with practically, I'm going to go with like 96%, have said to me, why isn't anyone teaching this? I feel fortunate that I get to teach it, but you're right, it's not taught. We don't learn it in school. What we're taught when we don't know something is that we're just not smart enough. Or if we're in sales, I work with a lot of sales professionals, that they just don't have what it takes. They don't know enough about the sales process. They don't know enough of the right people. And that is absolutely, categorically not true. It's just a skill that you haven't learned yet. But once you have, everything shifts. So let me continue on. This is an interesting one. Perception is reality, right? I could say your beautiful sweater is cream. You could say sort of a light coffee. Well, my perception is that it's cream. Your perception is that it's the light coffee flavor, not flavor. I doubt it tastes like anything, but color. So perception is our reality. I think it's cream. It's my reality. So understand this. You receive the result you perceive you deserve, not the actual result you deserve. You only get the one that you perceive you deserve. So if you don't think that you deserve a great result, you're not going to get one. It makes so much of a difference in your life, and your life will shift epically when you can understand what it is that you believe about things. What do you believe about your life? What do you believe about your body? One of the most poignant moments in my life was a couple of years ago. I really suffered pretty dramatically growing up with a ton of digestive issues, allergies, some hormone imbalance. I ended up by being depressed and being on depression medication because of all the other medications I was on. And in that time, just really suffered. And I carried that into my 20s, and I carried that into my 30s. And when my second son was born, I have two boys, Matthew and Ryan. My first son had his first surgery at 2 months. He had pyloric stenosis. There's nothing any of us could have done about it. My second son was also born with a little bit of reflux, some digestive issues. And I thought, you know what? I'll be damned. Oh, we're not supposed to swear. Sorry. Delete that part of the recording. Okay, thanks. I am not going to allow them to suffer like I suffered. And that is the impetus for me going off and getting my body well so that I could then learn how to do all of that and, just like Lisa, take that to my family. And so it's annoying for them, and you can talk to them afterwards. They might say it's a little annoying, the things that I shop for and the things that I don't really enjoy them eating. But on the whole, it's because I chose to stop suffering, and I refuse to let my family suffer. So just consider this. If you have a belief that you need to suffer in order to be well, I just invite you to consider another way. You don't have to suffer. You can literally put that down. Okay. Choose to accept that you are not broken and you do not need fixing. If you are struggling with health concerns, I know many people come to the Raw Food Institute because they've had some stuff, or their family has some stuff in their gene pool that they'd like to clean out a little bit. You are not broken. You do not need fixing. You just need to understand the skills, right? It's just skill building of how to get everything back on track. And you've had a great foundation of that this week. Choose to focus only on success. I will be the first to admit that I whiffed at this massively over the last 2 months. I have been working in a project that is rocking my world. It's a technological process. I'm not a techie. And it is stumbling block after stumbling block after stumbling block. And one of the things that I realized was, okay, wait a minute. I am focused on not success. I am focused on getting stuck in this technology. And what's happening? I'm staying stuck, right? So if you are creating the energy that you're in, what are you creating more of? I was creating stuckness because I was not focused on success. I was focused on the problem, that I just didn't know how to do this, and it was so hard. I'm used to just things being hard and just going, whatever, I'm just going to bust right through it. This was a big, major, massive lesson. And for every one of my clients who showed up in my office for the last month, I owe you a huge, huge favor because you have all helped me get unstuck. By the things that I say to you, I've been listening going, wow, that's really fascinating. Why don't I just practice that? So if you are focused on the problem, what do you get? Remember, going back to energy, you get more problems. So we need the problem. Maybe you've got daily headaches, or maybe you've got some GI stuff going on, or maybe you're just feeling unfulfilled. If you spend your time thinking about that, that is what you're creating. So know a problem, right? It's only there to show you the contrast. I look at problems as flashlights. So flashlight of, okay, this is not working. I'm not really liking how I'm feeling in the scenario. Oh, right, this is helping me see what I really do want, because I want to be unstuck and I want to create the things that I want to create very powerfully. So think of a problem as an opportunity. And when you can look at a problem as an opportunity, it is a game changer for you. It is an absolute game changer. So focus on success to get more success, whether that's in your body or in your relationships, in your career, anywhere. Understand that everything is perfect and is always working in support of you. So I love that Lisa already said this, and I think someone else said this morning too. Everything is working on your behalf. Even the stuckness that I've been feeling working in this technology that's so foreign to me, and it's been so frustrating, that worked on my behalf, because what I realized is I just built some amazing skills to get my message out into the world in that much of a bigger way, and to collaborate with the people that have been helping me get unstuck. So what could have been just the agony of, oh God, why is this happening to me? This is just so frustrating. You really do look at it as an opportunity and say, okay, wait a minute, look at everything that this has just pushed me forward to. And I didn't see it at the time because I was so stuck in the problem. So every single solitary thing that's happening, if you are in discomfort in your body, if you are in disease, please bear with me when I say this. It's a gift to help you shine a flash, just take that light and just shine it very powerfully on what it is that you want, and use your energy towards healing. It's the only thing that you should be thinking about. I am healed, I am healed, I am healed, I am healed. I feel great, I have the energy to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, so if you have this energy and you can use it for good, not evil, be very particular, be very discerning, hand pick and practice the most powerful thoughts, the most powerful beliefs, and the most powerful habits. Okay, fuel. Okay, we were having a conversation, this was years and years ago, with some friends of ours that now live in New York City, and we were talking about food, and I remember saying, food is fuel, I'm starving, I need to fuel my body, and it's always stuck with me all these years. We need to fuel our body. Lots of times we look at food for flavor sensation, and that's great. Right? That's fantastic. We want our food to taste delicious, and I love that you're learning how to do that in a raw way. There's that chocolate mousse pudding I serve at my holiday party, and it's a big hit. Put a little did you have a raspberry on the top? Any raspberries? No? Okay. Okay. Fruit. No fruit. Sorry. Oh, that's right. No fruit. Okay, so scratch the fruit. But another very powerful way to create whatever it is that you want in your ideal life is to know that you need to fuel your body. Your mind and your body are intricately linked. There is scientific research and evidence all of the time that your brain, and so your mind, not even your brain, so your mind and your body are communicating back and forth. You can never shut that off. So what you do in one powerfully affects the other. So if you're stuck in your body, look at your thoughts. If you're stuck in your thoughts, look at how you're fueling your body. For purposes of this conversation, if you look at the structure, the human form that we walk around in every day so that we can have these epic experiences, we're a series of 11 systems. In traditional medicine, unfortunately, they divide the body into a million different pieces, and you go to a doctor for this and you go to a doctor for that, and each doctor has a different diagnosis because that's their specialty. If you have a headache and you go to a neurologist, they're going to find you an issue in your brain or in your head. But what if it's your gut? You've just missed this huge piece. It's really about understanding that your physical form and your thoughts and emotions are part of these systems that need to come together perfectly in order for you to function well. So what do we need? We need real food. And we've talked a lot about this, so I'm not going to spend too much time, but we need that real food because it gives us the clarity, the focus, the energy, the fantastic mood. It gives us the confidence to step out into the world and create anything that we want. And this is what I love sharing in corporate, because they look at this and they go, well, what does what I eat have anything to do with my sales projections? What does it have anything to do with the way that I'm managing? What does it have anything to do with bottom line profit? And I look at them and I say, it's everything. It is actually everything to do with all of your level of success. So if you're stuck, consider this entirely new skill of giving your body actually what it needs so it can perform at its peak performance. So what does that look like? It's vegetables, healthy fats, nuts, seeds, sprouts, and clean water. Okay. This is something that this is really inconvenient for people, because what I help them do is I help them figure out what specific foods are causing emergencies in their body. I'm going to back up. I always suffered from a lot of food sensitivities and allergies, and it was really annoying, and I got down to the point that I could only eat a few types of foods. And generations of my family before me had the same issue, and I thought, you know what, I got to get to the bottom of this. I need to know what I can have and what I can't have, because I really want to heal my body. So I went through some different types of testing, and eureka, there it all was in front of me, things that were affecting my body powerfully. So I take people through this activity of food sensitivity testing. Here's why it matters. So we're all familiar with a car, right? Cars need different types of fuel. Cars are engines. So we fuel a car for the type of engine that it is. And so sometimes we need electricity because we have these new electric cars. Sometimes we have a diesel engine. Sometimes we just need regular old gasoline or regular unleaded or premium unleaded, whatever the case may be. You would never put paint in the gas tank of that car and expect it to run well, would you? No, never. In a million years, you just wouldn't. You would know that you'd break down if the car went anywhere. And so look at the body. If you're an engine, as we established, and you're putting in any old food, why are you expecting your body to work beautifully? It might work because the body's really tolerant, thank God, it knows just what to do. It's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. But can you imagine how your life changes, your energy changes when you're actually fueling your engine the way that it was designed for? So go back to the beginning of time. What did we have access to? We did not have access to pretty boxes with lovely, lovely labels and colors. Frankenfood, we call it. Okay. I'm going off path here. So know specifically what your engine needs, because maybe you need premium unleaded, maybe you need diesel, maybe you need to be plugged in somewhere. So knowing what your body thrives on is really a game changer. Avoid the chemicals. Thank you, Elaine, for all you do with all of this in our world and everyone else that's behind making sure that we know what's coming into our body, because you see now it makes such a big difference. Those chemicals are causing a lot of things. They're causing day-to-day symptoms. They're causing brain fog. You know how we say, oh, I'm just getting older. I'm just getting older. Well, it's a good thing you're getting older, but why are you choosing to suffer with this brain fog? Understand what's happening at the foundation of it, and then just be able to shift it very powerfully. That toxic burden that you carry around causes symptoms. And so just like your car is an engine and you have that dashboard, and my check engine light I think is still on, unfortunately. I need to get that checked. Symptoms are the way your body tells you that your systems are off. And so is it inconvenient to have a headache? Yes. Is it inconvenient to be tired and slow and unmotivated? Yes. But shoving that symptom down deeper and deeper and deeper into your cells, you are missing a huge opportunity to not only feel better and heal your body, but to heal your life and really create a very powerful life for yourself. So just pay attention. I invite you to pay attention to the type of fuel that you're taking into your body, because it is affecting your experience. And so what else do we need for fuel? We need sunshine, we need exercise, we need fun. Everybody, we need fun. My gosh, we need more fun. I know I get stuck in this too. I just did, as I shared with you very transparently, I was stuck in this. I was not having fun. Ask anyone that knows me. And so now I've been going for walks, and I've been running again, and I've been coloring. I love to color and doodle. If we're not in that creative energy, then we're not getting creative things. And so I love when I can just sit and color in my design books or doodle on my paper. Okay, the third part of this wheel is habits. You can create a very powerful life, your ideal life, when you have the right type of habits. Consider this, they actually are helpful. We think that they're annoying, but they really give you the structure so that you can rest back a little bit and say, wow, I don't have to do so much of the heavy lifting. I've got these habits in place that help me. So habits will transform that default living, okay, it's fine. It's fine. They can transform those into living very purposefully, into living the life of your dreams. Habits make it really easy to stay on track when you are tired, bored, stressed, and unmotivated, right? We're all practicing habits. Whether we know it or not, we're practicing habits. We're practicing habits in our body, we're practicing habits in things that we do, and we practice these different thoughts. So can you imagine if you can harvest the energy to understand what those habits are, you could use those for good, not evil too. And they will pull you through those days when you're tired. You'll just rely on them. They can help you shift from motivation to inspiration, which is so much easier. This has been a really significant theme this month in the one-on-one coaching that I do. Think of motivation. Motivation is you've got to start from zero, right? Actually, you got to start from behind the starting line. And then you have to think about getting motivated. So then you're like, okay, I'm going to get motivated. One foot after the other. It's a toil. It's a task. It's hard. I've asked clients to describe how they describe motivation, and the words have been really descriptive and agonizing. And so think of inspiration instead. So when you have an inspiring thought, Maybe you want to start a holistic health business. Maybe you want to change the soil. Maybe you want to spread the word about the absolute importance of buying local vegetables. Be in that inspiration, be in the energy of that inspiration, and see what happens. As Lisa was saying, people show up. Weird people show up, your phone rings and you go, I can't believe they just called me because I was thinking about them. It's because your energy was around inspiration. And here's what happens. Like, instead of being behind the start line for trying to get yourself motivated, like, oh, I've got to go do this. The inspiration's ahead of you. It's like you, and you've got a rope, and you are just pulling me to you, right? Which one sounds easier? Okay. I just invite you to consider that shift. And habits really do generate consistent success, not just, if you've got a weight loss goal and you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants and you're doing what you think is right, that might get you 5 pounds, but then you might gain them back. So habits that really are designed for you, that you've taken the time to powerfully create, will shift that so that you can have lifelong success. So you can be thin, fit, and healthy for the rest of your life. Okay, so what are those? People ask me all the time, it's like, okay, well, there's too much. I have too much on my plate. What can I do that's just going to be quick and easy? Okay, if you want quick and easy, you're going to get quick and easy results. But it doesn't have to be as hard as you think it is. These are the most powerful ways that I help people shift, in addition to mindset, which is a whole day lecture at another time. Okay, sit quietly to daydream about what having your exact life would look like and act as if you already have it. We talked about that inspirational energy. Just be in that energy, because remember, it's creating your reality. So if you aren't acting in the energy of what you want to be, then most likely you're acting in the energy of where you don't want to be, which is stuck. So sit quietly and daydream. We've all done this, sadly. Our kids daydream. And what do? Unfortunately, we say, you have to focus, you have to pay attention, you have to do this, you have to do this. All they're doing is creating the reality that they want to have. So daydreaming is the most important part of your day. If you take nothing else from this 25 minutes, please take this and go and daydream and color. It's really a game changer. Okay, fuel your body with real food, not Franken food. Fuel your mind with intention and willingness. Some people get stuck in this because they think of their reality. They think, well, it's the truth that I don't feel good. It's the truth that I'm not making the income that I want to make. It's the truth that I'm not in the loving relationship that I'm in. So it's really hard for me just to wake up in the morning and go, I am in the perfect relationship. I do have the perfect income. I understand. So just shift that. Add one word, and that is willing. I am willing to be thin, fit, and healthy and happy. I am willing to be in the best relationship ever. I am willing to have massive results in my career. Just be willing and see how the energy around that shifts. Also, we don't celebrate enough. We take it for granted that we're just going to get our stuff done and we're just going to keep powering through that to-do list day in and day out. If you aren't celebrating, you're not in the energy of what it is that you want to create. Writing for 10 minutes, they have literally proven this scientifically. Your brain is gray matter. Okay, let's pretend for a second that this carpet is gray matter. If I were to walk this path 7,000 times a day, what would happen? Like, that carpet's going to get matted down. The same thing happens in your brain. So your brain has these deep grooves of thought pattern. When you write, it's been proven that you literally are forming these new neural pathways around old thoughts and over. It's the easy road. It's like the GPS fast pass to where you want to be. So should you be writing about your problems? Well, if we go back to one of the original slides, the energy that you're in is creating everything. Do you want to be writing about your problems? No. What's anything you'd rather be writing about or experiencing in your life? Dreams. It's right. Just bring it back to daydreaming. I can't wait to be on the beach in Hawaii. I know what I'm going to wear. I paint as vivid a picture as I possibly can of that. I use as many of my senses. I think of what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going for runs. I think about how I'm going to spend my time with my son Ryan. And so paint a really vivid picture. And then write about those things. So I start every morning, I write for 5 minutes, then I meditate for 20, and then I write for 5. And man, do things shift. Move for at least 30 minutes per day to release toxins and to release old beliefs. Most people are exercising to fit into something in their closet, or maybe it's their skinny jeans, or maybe it's that dress or that suit that they want to put on. Exercise does so much more than that. It improves your sleep. It improves your thought patterns. It improves the way that you communicate, because you're ridding the body of toxins, not just all of these horrible, horrific chemicals. You're also ridding your body of these emotional toxins that are sitting in your trillions of cells as well. So I invite you to get out and do it. If you're working on something, I just have to remind you, because I need to remind myself, if you are working in something and you are toiling and it is effort and it is tasking and it is driving you insane, stop what you're doing and go outside and get a walk for 30 minutes. This has been my habit, my secret for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, and take the time for creativity and gratitude and joy and rest. If you're having trouble setting your intentions for what you want to create in your life, go back to what you are truly grateful for. And that will make the whole process so much easier, because then you just get into the, yeah, why am I so grateful about that? You're right, and I love the way that that experience played out. And it'll be so much easier to launch into your daydreaming. Okay, here's a quick recap. Mindset is at the foundation of everything that we do. From there, if you've upgraded your thoughts and your beliefs, then you will upgrade the fuel. It just happens naturally, right? You're all in this room, and some of you participated at the Raw Food Institute. Something in your mindset shifted a while ago, and you said, you know what, I've got to get myself there. It was like me when I went to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I had it on my vision board for 4 years. I couldn't afford it. I was a new mother, and I had 2 businesses that I was running, and my husband traveled. How in God's name was I going to get myself to New York every other weekend for a year? I put it on my vision board, and the energy of that drew me to it. Mindset, I got off track there. So mindset at the foundation, absolutely. Fueling for success in the body, in the mind, those things that we talked about. When you're in this loop of mindset, fueling, and powerful habits, you just keep staying. You just keep going forward. If you get off track, go back to the beginning. Go back to mindset. What are you thinking about? What do you believe about something? We have a lot of hidden beliefs, and this comes up all the time. I work with clients that have cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, other immune issues, and they think that they are their disease. And so they get stuck in that. Go back to the mindset. They believe they have to have it, because it's their truth. And so we really work very specifically on I'd say disengaging, really disengaging from that disease. Okay. You can create anything you want, right? Just as we said in the beginning. You have such good information that you're finding in your life and that you're finding this week and that you found here. Use it to create everything that you want. How I can help. Really quick thing, if you want to take what you have learned today and integrate it into your life, I have blocked time over the next actually 72 hours because it's Easter. But I would be happy to speak with you and understand how I can help you take this and bring it into your life. There's no cost for that. Okay, your ideal life today, it's time to create it. Join us afterwards for a Tanita reading, which will tell you all sorts of cool things about your body. Join us on a call if you are willing, ready, and able. You can sign up for our newsletter. I'm on Facebook, Ellen Palmer, Twitter, Ellen Palmer. And I just really want to thank you for allowing these new thoughts, or maybe reinforcing these thoughts today, and really take back your power and really create everything that you want in your life so you can have the exact life that you've always dreamed about. Thank you.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.